Oh, it's live.
6 o'clock. All right,
Hi, I'm AJ, and I'm Jones and with.
man. And on this live episode, we're going to be reviewing Jim Beam Peach. And we're doing this one for the sip and shut in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, AJ. Oh. And we're back. AJ, I definitely want to thank you for joining this first live episode of Jones and Mann. Whether it turns out to go smoothly or it turns out to be a complete disaster, we go
No disasters. No disasters.
no disaster, no disaster. We gonna really make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna be reviewing this Jim Beam Peach. And I've been told I did an episode for Jim Beam earlier, and I say Jim Beam, because I'm country, and it sounds like Jim Bean, but it is Jim Beam. So
Beam.
I'm gonna
Yes.
try and enunciate this time around so that everybody understands what I'm saying. All right. It's gonna be a cool episode. What we're gonna try and do is really stick to our format where we're gonna
Okay.
review Jim Beam Peach. And after the review, what we'll do is we'll kind of take a look at the comments. So I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the comments. I got my lovely producer off camera, kind of
Okay.
making sure that all this happens pretty smoothly. But you give me a chance to kind of review the comments and get back with you. So we want as much interaction as we can possibly get from you guys. So don't bail on us if I don't answer comments right away, because we're gonna get to them.
We
If you
promise.
got a drink with you, I got a little side drink going on right here. That's just for tonight because we're going to be sipping or sip while we're shut in. So if you see this special little thing, hopefully that happened. I don't know because I'm not producing, which is our logo. Feel free to take yourself a sip. If someone's watching, you watch from the beginning to the end, I want you to take a look at how many times I miss it because I can't see it. And then at the
Mm.
end, we'll do some makeup time. That sound good?
Ooh,
All
that
right,
might be
so cool.
critical.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump right into what I like to call house rules. And house rules simply work. We're gonna do a neat pour, and we're going to do a on the rocks pour, which I don't have ice, which I'm just noticing right now. But hopefully, by the time we get to that point, it is much different going live. Hopefully, by the time we get to that point, I will have ice. So we'll see how that goes. Um, Jim Beam is a staple when it comes to whiskey. I think it was like 1943, 1945 when the Jim Beam family adopted the label name Jim Beam. But the history of that family and the generations and their relationship with whiskey in some capacity goes, I would say, at least 50 years before that, if not more.
Mm.
And everybody's kind of been jumping on that little bandwagon of kind of trying to mix in whiskey
Flavors.
with a little bit of flavor. I think that it makes me think about Crown Peach. So I see the eye roll, but Crown has been. I think when it comes to flavor, Crown has been an innovator in putting flavors out, and their flavors have been on mark. Now I'm not gonna say they've all been good, Texas Mesquite, Maple, but they've all been on point. They've tasted like they were supposed to taste. A
Okay,
lot
so
of
let me
times,
say my eye rolling though, just so that the viewers are clear. I'm a Crown fan. I love Crown Black, and I've had Crown Peach. You can never find it.
okay,
I
yeah,
mean, never.
yeah,
It's like I'm somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, in South Carolina, or I can't. I can't bring that back with me.
Yeah.
Well, now I can, but I couldn't at the time. So yeah, it's a little frustrating that I can't find it most times.
It was a limited release. Crown kind of took an approach of, hey, we'll put a flavor out, we'll do it for a season if people buy it. Salted caramel was that way, and then it came back again. So you kind of, I get it, I get it, I get it. You can't. It's hard to get. This is definitely a lot more readily available.
Oh yeah,
I got a pint. The pint was about $10.
and I have
You,
a fifth.
is is that your way of saying yours is bigger?
Yes,
Okay.
that is definitely what I'm saying.
And how much is the fifth?
This one actually was 19.99, I think.
Okay, yep, that sounds about right. They also market this as a peach liqueur mixed with a whiskey or a
Yes.
bourbon, I should say. So that's a little bit different than a flavored whiskey, or I guess maybe it's kind of the same thing. Depends on how you look at it. So um, you brought this to me, AJ.
I did.
And you said I have to try it. We've been trying to do this episode, so why don't you tell us how you stumbled upon Jim Beam Peach?
Absolutely. So going into the ABC store or the alcohol store, whatever you want to call it, uh, I couldn't find it. I went in for Peach Crown and I said, "Hey, do y'all have any?" And I'm looking all around the shelves and they're like, "No." And actually, a police officer that was standing at the door said, because I was getting ready to leave, "You know what you need to try?" And I said, "What's that, sir?" And he said, "Jim Beam Peach." And I was like, "What?" Like, never thought Jim Beam would have a peach flavor. And so I walked over. Sure enough, they had it. I got the bottle that you have actually because I was like, I'm not getting ready to pay a whole bunch of money and I don't even know if I like it. Let's just say that the next day I was back at the store to get this size because I went through that one. And then I
Okay.
was like, this might be better than Crown Peach. Because, like I said, I've had the Crown Peach, but you can never find it. And this is something that any and every time I go into the ABC store and I want a flavor, I can get my hands on it. So that's when I said, hey, have you tasted this? You might want to try it. I think it compares very well to Crown Peach. So there you have it.
Okay. Now you said, did you say it might be better than Crown Peach?
Yeah, I'm willing to say that it's right there with it. It's neck and neck. I would fair to say that it's better actually.
Okay.
Maybe I say better because I can get my hands on it. I don't
All
know.
right. Well,
Maybe
that's
that's
a
another episode.
I'm gonna say that's a bold statement. I'm a peach fan. It's one of my favorite flavors, and that excites me. Now, I did check the comments real quick, and we did have someone say that it's no good, but I,
What?
I always like to taste it and review it and kind of give my
Okay.
feel for it. So
Who
let's.
doesn't like it? Oh
Well, we'll have to check the comments and see if we can see what their experience was like.
no.
All right.
Okay.
So first, we're going to crack it open. This is a twist off, so it is no problem with man versus bottle. And I'm gonna pour me a nice little pour here. Okay. And then I'm going to slide my glass off camera for the ice version because I believe I have some ice balls out here. That
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't even know. Well, we'll put Jim Beam Peach on an ice ball. Let's give it
Okay.
all the attention it deserves,
Okay.
and let's get into tasting it. Um,
Mm.
Now
Love
on the
peach.
nose,
Peach
I
and
will
cinnamon. They're
say
like my favorites.
it's got a nice peachy little scent. Um, through the magic of television, I kind of want to say very reminiscent of Crown Peach because Crown Peach kind of reminded me of a peach, like a peach Fanta or a peach Nehi.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes. Knee high. Yes, definitely
yeah.
peach knee high.
Is,
Yeah.
is it is it Nehi or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have peach knee high.
Okay,
That's
I just
not
want to make
real
sure I was saying
common
Nehi.
around here, but yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, it's
NEHI. Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, but it does. It has almost like a powdered candy kind of. You know that candy like it would come like in plastic in the shape of a fruit, and
Mm-hmm.
then like you could eat the little powder out
You
of
had
the
to crunch
inside.
on it. Yeah.
I almost killed myself one time because if you squeeze it, all the dust rust. And I remember I was a kid. I was on the porch, and that dust just went down in my eyes. I did woo, bad memory, but no, this is not a bad memory. So let's give it a taste. So
All right.
let's do clink 'em and drink 'em.
Clink 'em and drink 'em.
Okay, okay. Let's set on the rocks. Put a little ice on there. Oh, it cracked my ice ball. It's scary. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it cracked it. Jim Bean's getting rough in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna swirl it around. Initial thoughts. It's got some good peach flavor to it. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. Uh, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. On the rocks. Um, it's got a good little taste on the rocks.
Yeah, the flavors open up a lot more on the rocks than they do as a shot.
Yeah, I'll admit it brings out a little bit more of the sweetness to it. Let me go back to it. Hold on. Okay, I can see why you would. I can see why you would bring this to us. Now, when we talk uh, about a spirit, we normally go into a conversation because if this is your first time, usually my guest is here with us, but everybody knows we're on quarantine, so we're doing a little social dis drinking. Um, and what we usually talk about a little bit of history on the spirit, and um, I give our opinions on the spirit itself, from a taste, from a nosing, and basically we kind of factor in a couple different things. Um, I like the taste of this. It has a good sweetness to it. I like to call it, or I would call it, it's an easy drinker in the fact that there's not a lot of alcohol burn. It comes in really smooth, sweet, comes in pretty smooth. There is a little alcohol vapor feel that you get on the end, but this is 32.5, so 65 proof. So I really don't, and I didn't anticipate it to be a lot of burn. The other piece that I like about it, other than being having a nice drinkability to it, it makes the price, at 18 bucks for a fifth. Crown Peaches 27. So, or not, well, shoot, now it's probably 40, 28, 20, like 30 bucks up to 50 bucks. And if you go online, you're talking about 150 bucks, which is crazy. There's no need to
Right.
ever pay 150 bucks. I like Crown Peach, but it's not worth 150 bucks. But for the cost, I like this better than um, what was that we had? Old Camp, the peach pecan, because I think the
Hmm.
flavoring is a little bit better. Now,
Okay.
what I don't like about it is there's a little bitterness to it.
Yeah, there's a little bite at the end.
Yeah,
But if you put a chaser with it, you can't taste
yeah.
the bite.
It's kind of like, I don't want to say aspartame, but it's kind of, I guess, the liquor part of it. It's like drinking peach schnapps a little bit.
Okay.
Which that's kind of peach liqueur.
Fair.
That's where I get that. So that would be my only drawback. Overall, I would, on taste alone, I probably would give this 2.5. But because of the price, I'll definitely give it
That
an
makes it better, huh?
easy three. Give it an easy three because it is it's not bad at all. It's got a really good taste to it. I just don't like that aftertaste. Now, for me personally, if I'm going to drink this, I probably wouldn't mix it. I normally when I drink, I don't really mix a lot. I do a couple things with Coke, maybe something with ginger here and there, but I don't really do a ton of mixed kind of drinks things. But if I did find, like, I like white cran peach and crown apple. So I'd be interested to see if I mix these two, does it give me that same flavor? Then
Yeah, I kind of
I
like the
might
crown
bump this up
apple.
to a 3.5 because I can get two bottles for the price of this one bottle, and I can get it on a regular basis. So I mean, I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three. Uh, I'll
You
give
know
it a
I'm
three.
gonna give it a higher rank.
So all right, what do you rate it?
Okay, out of all honesty, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, I think my 4.5 is probably mostly just because I can get my hands on it a lot more readily than I
You
can
said it's
Crown
just her.
Peach. But yeah, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm
Okay,
gonna give it a higher
and,
higher
and look,
value.
and I don't knock it because my 2.53 conversation is really because I got Crown Peach over here. Um, I think it's good enough that depending on the group, the number of people, and who are those number of people, I might consider selecting over Crown Peach. Especially when you talk about availability. Now, if it was a special
Right.
occasion, I got the right group of people in.
Then you breaking up the
I'm gonna
crown.
spend the extra money. I'm gonna give them Crown Peach. But
Gotcha.
if we're gonna make a whole bunch of mixed drinks, and this turns out to be just as good, this is likely a really strong substitute to Crown Peach. So I
I'll give
get
you
what
that.
you're saying in that aspect. When you talk about dollar for dollar, when you talk about overall taste, when you talk about availability, this is a really good win. I'm slowly speaking on the fact that I got peach. If I had a choice, I'm probably just sipping neat. I'm probably going to choose peach over that. Now, I'm going to try while we're finishing out this episode to really drink a little bit of this and really get a feel. I'm not going to say I'm going to drink the bottle, but because this is a whole pint, but
Sure, you're not.
I'm going to sip a little bit to really see uh, let it sit on me and see if I really like it. But overall, I would definitely, I feel comfortable. I feel more comfortable giving it a three. So
Okay.
cool. So I think that that's our very first like full review in a live setting.
Wow.
Felt good.
Yeah, I
It
think so.
it worked.
It's weird. I mean, it's not like right there togetherness, but I mean, it's not bad.
Right. You missed the Jones and Mann experience of sampling a whole bunch of different stuff, and but we can still get tipsy in between there. Hopefully, that Jones and Mann logo is shown once or
Yeah, I'm gonna go
twice,
ahead and make up for some of the logos I missed.
so that you're sipping along with us as we're going along. So AJ, I know that you have worked on something brand new, which I think super exciting. I've seen a couple of, I'm not even going to tell what they are, but I've seen a couple on both sides, and I've even learned a couple of things. So, how about while I um, check out a couple of the comments and see what's going on, how about you tell us what you've got going on and the Joneses, and since we're live, baby, the
The
world,
world.
what's happening?
All right, guys. Well, I've started a new channel called AJ Travels 365, and it came about because I literally travel 365 days out of the year. I travel mostly for work, and then the extra time is usually personal, or even when I come home, I'm traveling the family via car, etc. on the weekends. Um, so this was just really a way for me to share my travels. Nothing's worse than when you get to a destination and you really don't know like where's a good place to eat or where's a good place to stay hotel wise. And so what I wanted to do was try to create something that was friendly for both men and women, not just designed to one gender, and just share my travels, share the things that I've come across when I'm talking to people that they really don't know about, and it then dawns on me, maybe a lot of people don't know about this, and so I just like to share the information so that people don't get themselves in trouble, like my last episode that I just posted of uh, flying on the airplane with alcohol, how to get away with it, what it means. And then, just other things as well on my podcast I've already talked about, like, global entry versus, TSA pre-check, those types of things. So just trying to shed the love, spread it all around, and, hopefully get a good following and can give people what they want to see. So, with that being said, if you head on over to my channel, let me know if there's something specific that you want to know about travel wise, and I'll be more than happy to provide that information.
So, okay. Well, AJ, thanks for sharing with the Joneses and
Yeah,
the rest of the world out there.
absolutely.
Um,
Thank you for having me, by the way.
oh, no problem. I am happy that you were willing to be the guinea pig.
Hey.
Um, I was just flipping through the comments. Um, no, I haven't been sipping a lot. I had a couple drinks to kind of get us started. But what y'all don't realize is this is live. When me and Jones or me and a guest are here, I mean, we might rehearse and go through like a bunch of times in order to bring y'all an episode. Plus, we usually sip. People don't realize that man, even though I might be the, I guess, the more outgoing one when you compare me to Jones, I'm also an introvert. I just enjoy drinking and I enjoy kind of sharing the experience with all of you guys out there. So you don't realize a lot of work goes into this behind the camera. Um, I did see a question about like lately nowadays, am I more into drinking tequila than rum? I think it depends. I found, excuse me, some really really good tequilas, and I haven't found as many new rums that I love. Right now, Plantation XO is my number one rum that I'm sipping on. I did find another one, and we'll be dropping some new information. Actually, I'm going to be dropping the promo for Friday's episode after this episode, so you'll know. And it happens to be a rum, but there's some really good things that we're trying that I'm enjoying, and because we've been coming across so many different tequilas, I've been hitting tequila pretty heavy, and I can't wait until we do this, the Herradura Ultra. I've had it before. I've tried it, but I can't wait to get a real full end to end episode so you guys can really feel how we like about it. So it's super super good. But I guess I kind of gave it away. No, it's terrible. Am I telling the truth or am I lying? Which one? So let's see. Let's take a look at the chat. I've got DJ 1-1 on my second coffee, but it's only about 3:20 out in Seattle. Okay. What we reviewed, Jason. I'm not even gonna tip that. Jason G. We reviewed Jim Beam Peach. AJ, I'm gonna ask you
Yes.
now live in front of the world. Would you be
Okay.
willing to come back at some point when I can get you some peach and let's do this thing side by side and really call it which one's the best?
Absolutely. I would be more than happy to do that.
All right. Jamie reads sipping low and slow or slow and low. Jamie, we only drink that when we sick. Right around here, that's slow and low is rock and rye. It's
That's
like
like gasoline.
no, it's not. It's actually pretty good. But normally you mix it with a little. They say you're supposed to mix it with rock candy and honey. It's like it's a southern thing to uh, to drink slow and low or rock and ride when you are under the weather. I hope you don't got the corona out there.
Ooh, I hope
Let's
not.
see what else. Plantation XO, DJ One. Plantation XO is your third favorite. Well, what's your first favorite? I need
Yeah.
to see what that is. Um, I just going back to your channel, AJ. I learned, and I'm gonna give this one tidbit away. I personally, man, y'all have seen it. I like to travel, and when I'm going somewhere and I'm gonna have a good time, I like to pregame and land in the right frame of mind. So
Who
quite
doesn't?
often, I learned that you can uh, bring your mini bottles on board. Now, I always knew that you weren't supposed to drink the mini bottles on board, but I thought it was just really, and it still may be really about being overserved. People who
Mm.
overdo it, and now you acting up on the plane, and they dragging you down the aisle. You can't be doing that. But see, man, I'm subtle. I
Right.
like to have a little drink. I like to have a good time, but I can, kind of keep my composure. So on multiple occasions, TSA, this is just a story. This is not real at all. I'm just telling a story for the laugh. But I have poured my own drink. I order Coke, slip me in a little something like that. But I found from your channel that could be really costly if
A
I was to
hefty,
get
hefty
caught
drink.
on a flight pouring me a little, mixing my own cocktails, as they say.
Yes. Please don't. Um, I'll let people go to my channel and watch the episode to find out the details.
Yeah, you
Um,
got to go over there. I'm not even
it's
gonna tell
not
you.
worth it.
It's more expensive than any drink I've ever bought. So I'm just saying it can
Yeah.
cost you. All right,
Yeah. Oh,
Jamie's
but
good.
speaking
No,
of, there's actually a baby bottle of Jim Beam as well that you could take on. We'll
oh,
carry on.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
Crown doesn't
So
have that. Just saying. Not for the peach.
I saw that. Is it Jamie? Yeah, I saw that Jamie's just he's doing good. So that's very important.
We're
I
happy,
always
Jamie. We
like
don't want you sick.
that we don't want anybody sick. I say it's important right now. Wash your hands. Make sure.
Oh my
I
gosh.
found that you can sing the thong song while you wash your hands. Let
At
me
26?
see that. Okay, just in
Yeah.
case you know that. But how is everybody doing out there with this quarantine type situation? I think it's wild and it's crazy, but I feel like it's been pretty awesome in the fact that I probably would have never tried to do this kind of setting if it wasn't for being quarantined. So I think that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
heard Slow and Low is good to cook with. Top
Ooh,
two rums,
that's good to
Rums of
know.
Copper XO and El Dorado 21. Okay.
I don't think I've heard
Um,
of El Dorado 21.
yeah, I like El Dorado. I did the 12, the 15, I think, and the 21. Um, I like the 21, but for some reason, and I only had like it was just like a flight one night. I didn't maybe I didn't have enough of it, but I think the 21, and you had to correct me on it because it sounded like DJ you bought a couple bottles of it. I felt like the 21 was pretty pricey. Also during that same time frame, I was drinking Saya, which for at that time frame, Zaya was my come all be all when it comes to rum. So I definitely got to get back and try El Dog. But I got a El Dorado 12 right there too. Um, so I'm definitely an El Dog fan. Ron Zacapa, I like Ron. I think the XO's good. It's a little pricey. If you get a chance, you should try Seawaton 12. The 12 is pretty phenomenal. El Dorado 12 is not good, but the 12 is okay. I mean, it is.
You
The
got the
price
numbers
point for El
backwards.
Dorado is not cheap. So you gotta be coming with it in order to really feel like it justifies the cost. Low all peachy, good, good, good. I love it, love it. Um, what else? AJ, how is? I know that you're doing a travel channel and
Yes.
podcast. How is the quarantine really impacting you as far as being able to? I know everybody's being impacted from day to day and being able to do stuff, but how is it impacting you as far as getting content and everything for your channel?
I mean, well, so luckily I actually have previous content that I need to put together and upload, so I'm good there. And hopefully, not sure how long this thing is going to last. Um, but it obviously it's impacting me because I'm not traveling as frequently as I was, and um, so while the government just quarantined us, if you will, I've actually been remote now for much longer, almost 2 months, because flights have started getting crazy and um, I'm an IT healthcare consultant, so I mean, obviously, working in healthcare, they understand the seriousness of things way before, and kind of just said, "Hey, we need all y'all to just be remote." So I've been home for much longer than than I care to be. Unlike you, I'm an extrovert, so it's driving me stir crazy just a little bit. But hopefully, this won't last too much longer, and I'll get back out there, and you won't even know I missed a beat.
Okay, cool. I think that the quarantine has a lot of people kind of rethinking the way that they do things.
Yeah.
Like people being able to work from home, more people are doing that. So I think a lot of companies are really taking a look at that. And I think if we, like right now, we're set to what, April 30th.
Yeah,
So with
April
us
30th.
being on stay at home until April 30th, I think that's going to be at this point close to 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks
Yeah.
of people working from home. I think a lot of companies are going to take a look at their infrastructure to be able to support that. And then thinking from a YouTuber, luckily, you know, I constantly am trying to shoot and bring people on board. So we've got a good bank of episodes. So don't worry, Joneses. There will continue to be regular episodes on Fridays until I just completely run out. So hopefully,
And you can just go live on Fridays.
yeah, we call it Friday Lives. Um, I did see that there was Crown Peach in Orange County, North Carolina. Plenty of
Mhm.
it. So if you're
Okay.
in NC and you're looking for Crown Peach, there's a drop. There's where it's at. Let me see what else is here.
That would be
Uh,
my look. I drive all the way there and then they be out.
yeah, I know, right? You're like, which store in Orange County has Crown Peach? Um, but
It's
yeah,
funny you say companies would kind of restructure. I actually think the opposite. I literally just said to someone this morning, I think COVID has made liars out of companies because every company that's ever said, no, you can't work remote, it's not possible. Now you're at home working remote.
yeah,
So I think it kind of made a liar out of a few companies. And I do agree for the other ones, they're probably trying to scramble and figure out what that looks like from an infrastructure perspective, to figure out how to make sure that people are working remote securely is the key. Having that access to, get into the intranet to access certain data files, and at the same time, depending on what you're doing, making sure you're not violating HIPAA or, some violation there that could cost the company millions of dollars later down the line. So I think
yeah.
it's a little bit of both, honestly.
Yeah, most definitely. The company has to have the infrastructure to support people working from home. But I think that the difference in today versus, I would say, a year from now is that where some companies have chosen to kind of prepare for that, there may be companies that didn't. COVID has forced people to. So now, once you've been forced to do something, it's kind of like if you run into a situation like I know a good friend right now who keeps a blanket in his car all the time. I'm not gonna say who, but
Just in case.
yeah,
I do
just in
too.
case. But that came from a situation where he needed a blanket in the car.
Mm.
So I think that when certain situations happen, you kind of start to prepare for them. And I think COVID has forced a lot of people to really think from that aspect. Not to say that people are going to be going back into the offices. People will be working, a regular
Absolutely.
day-to-day thing. But I think that if once this settles out a year from now, knock on wood, I
You might
hope
have
it
more of a
never happens
50%
again.
chance of remote and in office versus all in
Right.
office.
Right. I
Yeah.
think I think that people will be better prepared. I mean, think about it. The technology we right now, you're at home, I'm at home, and we are drinking together. You know, and
We're
and we-
being
and we're
social.
and we're using very minimal technology in order. Well, it's been a lot of work to get to this point, but I mean, just from a company standpoint, it's a very easy thing to kind of do and accomplish. So, let me go to comments. I heard, have we tried Casamigos? Um, Casamigos. I have tried Casamigos. I like Casamigos. I think it's good tequila. I feel like it might be a little overpriced in comparison because I think there are some tequilas that taste just as good
Yes.
for less of the price. But it's good. You won't knock it. It's good. You feel good after. It's well made. I won't knock Casamigos in any way. It's just not my first go to kind of deal.
Nothing like a
I heard that
well-made tequila.
uh, Shelly wants to get some Crown Peach. Well, I got some over here. Once we get rid of this COVID stuff, you can come over
Hi,
and sip.
Chef.
The um, ABC store on Wendover and Penny has Well, it had. I haven't been there recently, but they had Crown Peach. I think they were limiting you to 2 bottles, but I don't know where they're at now. With people on quarantine, do you find? Let me ask you this question: do you find that you're drinking more now that you're on quarantine? I've got one Glenmore 4 pack taster, 29, all four really good for a beginner. Yeah, I am really not a Scotch fan, but because we've been doing this for so long, I really feel like my Scotch palate has grown a little bit. I got a Scotch episode coming out. It is Macallan. So you'll that's it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So I'll definitely look at that and see if I can try it. I just you know the thing that I find, as much as we try, at the end of the day, I still go back to rum, tequila, vodka. Rum, tequila, vodka. It has never gotten to a point where, like, even bourbon and whiskey. I like bourbon and whiskey. I'll drink an occasional bourbon and whiskey, but it hasn't taken over. I'm out for, man is out for the night. We're gonna have a good time. I'm always gonna go to tequila, vodka, rum. That's those are my favorites. Yeah, this was McAllen. And the McAllen, I'm not going to give it away yet. Um, so with your DJ 11, with your collection, have you stuck mostly with whiskeys in general, or have you just been kind of branching out, grabbing everything? I'm just checking out some of the other comments. I think technology might have failed us a little bit. We might have lost. I think she's still in the room, but we might have lost some visuals there. But that's all right. This is our first one. We're still kind of pushing on through there, but we'll keep going, keep going. I lost AJ. She got booted. Maybe if she's still around, maybe she can try to link again. Maybe that'll pull her back in. Rum man. Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. You never you have what you love, and you kind of you stick with it pretty much. Scotch is catching up pretty quick. Any standout Scotch? Like if you say, okay, well, I got one Scotch that I want you to try. What's that Scotch, DJ 11? Don't like bourbon, mainly Scotch and rum. I'm surprised that Scotch is kind of, to me, in my mind, Scotch is on the total opposite end of the spectrum. So there's a lot of high proof Scotches out there that could really get you, get you to where you're going, kind of deal. So maybe I'm trying to think of a good. Like, have you tried any of the high proofs like Stag Junior, um, even down to a cheap one, Old Granddad 114? It's a high proof. It's not as smoky. So if the smoky aspect that is what you like, you don't really get that, but you do get the heat. Too hard. Okay, so if it's too hard, have you tried blends? 50 bottles, a little bit of everything within a year. Oh, because of us. Well, we appreciate it. We hope that we can, hopefully we'll save you a couple of things, or at least hopefully inspire you to try a couple different things. So that's pretty cool. Eddie M, shouts out.
Yeah, his collection has grown.
All
That's
right, hook
what's
me up
good.
with the list. Scotch is just, I mean, there's a couple that I've tried that I've enjoyed, but it's an obstacle for me. All right, so I've got notice from my producer that we're working on getting my co-host back.
I'm
She's
back. I'm
back.
back.
No
Sorry,
audio.
Jonesers.
Tell her she's on audio. She there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so it sounds like maybe you're back in here video wise. Did you pull it back into the mix?
Yeah, she's split screen.
Oh, split
Yeah.
screen in there, but no audio. So
Oh,
don't say
not yet.
anything bad. Well, I guess you
Mhm.
can say anything you want because you're not on audio. Um, but AJ's over there with me. AJ, give him a big wave.
You sound crazy.
Oh, one scotch is too. Okay, I got you. I got you. Picking one scotch is too hard. Okay, I got it. Stag, George T. Stag, man. I haven't. We've got a bottle here that me and Jones haven't had a chance to crack into yet. I've tried Stag before, but we'll say that for the episode. Say that for the episode.
Mm.
All right. Well, this is good that it's rolling. Hopefully, we can get you back in, AJ.
I
But if
hope
not,
so.
we got a good couple people in here. We'll give a couple more minutes, and then we'll kind of, if anybody got questions, anything that first of all, I appreciate um, all the Joneses out there and just being engaged and kind of working with us as far as this growth journey that we've been on. Um, we tried a ton of stuff. We got a ton of stuff to try. We're trying to keep bringing you good content. Um, Same here. Watch the show. Debbie's bought about $25. Yeah, it is an expensive habit. My wife would look at me sideways as it relates to buying alcohol. But hey, I don't know. It happens. This is the only way you got to buy it to try it, and we buy it to save you guys. A couple of good things to keep in mind that these prestige decanters, just in case y'all don't remember, um, prestigedecanters.com, promo code JNM. These are super dope. I know they're, and let's be real, they're a little pricey. You're talking about $100 a piece. But honestly, when I compare the quality made or the quality in this decanter versus some other decanters that I've seen and I've had, it's night and day. It is a real value of you kind of get what you pay for kind of deal.
What? How much percentage do they get off for your code?
Eddie M, you drink a small batch. I love small batch. Only thing I like more than small batch is blends. And I would probably drink small batch a little bit more because this is just easier to get. But it's really good. I like small batch better than single barrel, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're working
Can
with
you
my
hear me?
tech crew. Still no audio.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's not on my phone.
Um, you went to there's a thing on the side where you can go. It's got two people. When like at the bottom where I showed you how to bring the camera in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you see her there. As long as she's pulled in, and we may have just lost her. Um, but that's okay. That's okay. So I am. We got about 2 more minutes. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes in here, to in case anybody comes on board. I really like this. I think it's cool. I love interacting with the Joneses out there, so I appreciate all the questions and comments. We're definitely gonna have to do this thing again for sure. I feel like I've seen that 4 pack of Glenn. I I don't know where I've seen it at, but I feel like I've seen it. I've tried a couple different ones, DJ, but I've tried because I tried to do the Belvini Caribbean cast. Okay, so that's good. Y'all can hear it, so perfect. Long as y'all can hear it, then that works.
Oh,
So
yay! They can hear
Eddie
me.
said that AJ, they can hear you.
Nice. Thank you,
Let
Eddie.
me. I can hear you now, right?
I feel like
Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
All right, we're good. All right, so good. I'm sitting here worried about
I
it.
feel like Mace. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Uh, um. So let's say, with this experience, I think it's been pretty good. A couple of things I want to point out because we got to do our social duty. One of the things I saw was about people who's staying at home and who's out in the streets.
Mm.
That's a good
I'm
question.
staying at home, and you can't come to my home.
You staying home and you can't come to their home. Hey,
Yeah,
okay, well,
no.
good, good.
This is
I
a
think
corona-free zone.
I asked the question because I read a comment, and the comment was, if today you got COVID and you
Mm.
were asked to account for every person you've had in contact with or every place that you've been over the past 10 days, would that be easy or would that be hard?
Super easy.
And I felt like that was like a powerful kind of statement. What's up, full lane blacktop? I see you in here. Appreciate you joining. I think that that is an important statement because I'm not trying to be on I don't about to say house arrest, but quarantine long, and I feel like we can go ahead and get together and kind of burn this thing on up out of here. You hated the Caribbean cast until halfway through the bottle, and then it opened up. Okay, well, see, maybe I need to go back to that because I didn't get much rum from the Caribbean cast at all. Not at all. As you can see, I've been through my peach a little bit, so I've completely melted my ice ball.
See,
Still not that
it's
bad.
rubbing off on you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I'm drinking, so I'm always a fan of drinking anytime it happens. I just heard from my producer that you're about to drink the bottle, but I'm not gonna drink the whole bottle. There's still some left in
Uh,
there. there's a lot, and there's half a bottle. So easy for you. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna go back and try it. Scotch is you got to spend $80 on a bottle of scotch in most examples, and I don't like it. So to spend $80 on it and have it sit on the shelf, and a lot of my friends drink bourbon and tequila and vodka. It's really a waste. So it is hard. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad everybody's staying in and kind of trying to help us get so we can get out and do some regular stuff. Working makes a difference. I get it. If you got to go work, you are essential. If you're an essential employee, I appreciate you. Shots out or glasses up to all my essential employees. Um, I'm watching the time here. Uh, but this has been pretty cool. I think live it may work for us. AJ, any close? Oh, you still haven't because that's right. I forgot. Debbie's on. Debbie Pittman is online with us right now. He won a Cullinan, which, as you see,
Ooh,
Debbie, I haven't filled mine either yet. A Cullinan decanter, which is, I mean, like this thing is. Look at my hand. I got big hands. This thing is massive. I wear a size 12 shoe, so that gives you an idea of how large. And it's a massive decanter. It looks really good, and probably your issue has been trying to figure out what you're gonna put in the decanter, huh? Yeah, yeah, I bet you.
definitely should be
Um,
something that
but
not
anyway,
everybody's gonna be
so
drinking
if
though.
you are a essential employee, we appreciate you. Shouts out to all the
Absolutely.
emergency staff, medical staff, um, apartment community directors, just oh,
Anybody that has to be
everyone
out.
that is out there that is really supporting and taking care of us during this crazy time. Uh, yeah, you're definitely right. I saw Shelly say working in the office it would be crazy
Yeah,
because it would be spread so much at
and
all, just
fast.
just so much so quickly. Um, but I guess it's time for us to kind of start wrapping this thing on up.
Yeah.
I lost AJ again, but that's okay.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
That's a cough right there, but that's not a corona cough. This has been a really good episode. You can be sure to follow us on uh, Instagram at Jones and Mann, Facebook at Jones and Mann, Twitter At Jones and Mann. It's crazy trying to work
You
with
got
a
a lot of
producer
Ed
and
Jones and
everything.
Man going on.
Um, and be sure to subscribe and keep the comments coming. If you like the live, comment below that you enjoyed the live. We didn't have a ton of people in here, but that's all right. The small make the mighty. And it was kind of short notice because I really wanted to make sure that the technology piece worked. But now that we know it works, oh, here we can still hear AJ. Um,
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm gonna let me see if I can get her in here to help us round this out. But now that we know that the technology works, I would love to extend the offer. I love my Joneses, and I'm not. We're not a stuck up. Uh, we don't mix with the people. I love it. I love the interaction. I love us hanging out. I wish we could do more of that. If there is someone out there, if you're a Joneser and you have a bottle that I got a couple different things. So post what you would like to try or what you have to try. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, go on Twitter. Do a short, hey, I am, and I got this bottle I haven't opened or have opened. I love. And if I see the video and I can kind of get it worked out with you, I'm gonna pick somebody, and I want to do this same thing with one of my Joneses. Let's do a
All
review
right.
together. It works. It does. I mean, well, we lost. Well, I think we've still got audio, so we're good.
Lost me
It
twice,
works
but
for
we're
yeah.
good.
She said. Shelly said she can still see her.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't hear. It's not my way.
so if you have the gumption and the idea that you would like to do a an episode with me, I'm at home. I'm not going anywhere. Put us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just saying, hey, you got this bottle, or hey, I'll go and buy any bottle. I'm willing. I got a camera. I got a little setup. I'd love to be on Jones and with Man or Jones and Man, and I'll send you a message, and we'll try and get it set up. You love me enough to send me a decanter. I don't know, man. We do contests all the time. We had planned to do a second contest this year, but it's been kind of crazy. Do you think
I think you
Instagram,
should do a
Twitter help you raise
contest.
YouTube subscriber numbers? I have I don't know, man. I think that most of my interaction really happens on YouTube. I got a little bit on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok now. Jones and Man is also on TikTok, um, but not. You never know, man. And honestly, I say for everybody out there that is trying to do a YouTube channel, do what you love. Now it sounds bad that what I love is drinking, but that's the truth of the matter. Do what you love, and if people enjoy it, they'll watch. If they don't,
Basically.
that's okay too, because you're still doing what you love. So that's kind of what how me and Jones operate. Since everybody can still hear shit, not shit.
I don't know.
AJ, I'm getting
Yeah,
comments.
I'm here.
AJ,
I'm
do
here.
you? I think everybody can still hear you. Do you
Okay.
have some closing thoughts?
Ooh. Uh,
Do you have a video?
Mm-hmm.
my closing thoughts would just be in this crazy time, please make sure that you guys are out there safe. For those that are essential employees that have to be out in the mix, just take the extra precaution that's necessary.
Keep an eye
And
on it. Let me know.
yeah, just we appreciate you. That's all I can say is we absolutely appreciate you and everything that you're doing to protect us and to make sure that we're good and things are still moving and safe and sound. So everybody from social workers, doctors, nurses, management that has to be out in the mix, our FedEx and UPS guys, love y'all.
Yeah.
Our packages are still coming. So yeah, just take care of yourself. Be safe out here. Know that we will travel, drink, all of that. Again, well, we're still drinking now. um, yeah, it's this is not gonna last forever.
Right, for sure. And you know what? I think it is user error because now I can hear you with no problem. So,
it's
so you've just been along for the ride for a long time,
all right.
and
I'm
I
down. I'm down
appreciate
with the Jonesers.
I appreciate you being along for the ride. Go check out AJ Travels 365. Really good content. Because I'm telling you, man, literally, I learned a lot from a travel standpoint, and a lot just from drinking on the flight. Because I've told several people, hey, take your own little bag and mix your own stuff up. But now, if you don't do that kind of deal, well, I'm probably still
Yeah,
gonna do
well, I
it.
mean,
But
you can take the kids, but don't mix the alcohol itself
yeah, don't
if
do
you know
that.
what's
Right.
good. And the
Um.
podcast, I don't think I mentioned Apple, Spotify, and Google. I'm on all three platforms for the podcast.
Okay. Cool. So let me check comments one more time. And I think that we're good. I think that we can consider this our first official live in the books. I think what happened is when I switch over into YouTube to see the comments, it takes you out from an audio standpoint.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh yeah, it is definitely my user error.
It's the first
Um,
time. It's the first time.
yeah, but oh yeah. So let me because I feel like a infomercial before we leave. I do have Jones and Mann merch. If anybody's looking for a T-shirt, scroll that beautiful bean footage. Keep in mind, I'm a prank in. I'm a prank in. I can't do lives too much because y'all get to see that I really like to drink.
Yeah.
Well, if you are watching this, if you're watching this post live, um, this is what Jones and Mann is like. We try and taste and tell you honest, clean feedback. Um, this is just how it is. We have fantastic guests. Um,
Thank you.
fa- I don't know, Harold. I've got a friend out in Salt Lake City who wants to do something special and maybe include a little drinking game. I don't know where maybe try and link up with them. But what I really need to do, Harold, is get a Joneser, somebody who is down for us every single Friday, every episode. I love to sit down and have a drink with y'all. And we're on quarantine now. This let me explain. This requires no equipment from the person on the other end, other than you can have a phone. Have a phone and a tripod or a place to get your phone stable. No software to download,
Nope.
and you can be on your very own Jones and Man episode. Cool.
I think that's a dope idea.
Oh, how do you get loud?
You what happened?
It's loud.
It's loud. I'm loud.
I guess.
I guess I'm loud because I'm Jim Bean loud. I'm sorry. Uh, so uh, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Again, AJ, thank you. I appreciate it. All the Jonesers that are out there that are watching right now live and that will be watching in the future. Um, I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and get Jones on, but Jones is like, I don't know about all this live stuff. But maybe I can get him on to join with us and kind of hang out. Um, but this has been another episode of Jones and Man. You got AJ. You been light on the drinking.
No, I haven't. I've been
Oh,
drinking.
hey, clink 'em and drink 'em,
Clink 'em and drink 'em.
and we'll see you next time.
Thank
Jones
you
and
for
Man.
having me.